Hi everyone, welcome to today's Vinyasa Flow. My theme is going to be hurricane because we are in the middle of Hurricane Douglas here on Maui, and the hurricane is just north of us but right above us. It's going to be here in about 2 hours, but we're already seeing the effects of it with the rains and the wind. So I felt called to make a little flow calling in balance and calmness for me and my family, as well as safety and protection. So if you have a block, let's get started with the block. We're going to start in Tadasana pose. If you have the block, go ahead and squeeze it in between your thighs. If this is not comfortable, squeeze it between your ankles or your feet on the floor. This is going to help us really root through the ground. So starting in mountain pose, because we are strong on the Hawaiian Islands, the mountains of Maui and Mauna Loa help to break up the hurricane systems normally, so they will protect us usually on islands from having a stronger storm. So I'm trying to rock back and forth, grounding through our feet, feeling all four corners of your feet. You can use the floor to massage those feet, roll through the arches onto the toes, back and forth from the toes to the heels, feeling strong and strengthened. It's okay if you don't have a block as well. You'll be hip distance apart. And if you don't have the block, using the feet to really anchor down and activate the external rotation of your hips. And coming to center. Inhale, arms reach up, gaze to the sky, just a light back bend, minor back bend, shoulders roll down and away, biceps frame the ears. Exhale, hand center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to center. Inhale, arms up to center. Reach to that right side. Finding a bend in the right side body. Lengthening through the left side body. Inhale to center. And exhale. Squeezing that block. Rooting through the earth with your feet. Inhale to center, exhale. Roll your pinkies towards one another, really lengthen through those arms. Lifting our knees, micro bend if we need. Trying not to lock out those knees. Coming back to center, exhale, arms down, and then inhaling back up. Exhale, arms out wide, and here we're going to go into a self-embrace. Hugging those arms across the chest, walking those fingers, really reaching towards our shoulder blades here, finding something to grab onto, squeezing through that block. Giving myself a hug of reassurance and safety here. Releasing, inhale, exhale, inhaling, arms open, exhale, cross opposite arms, squeezing through that block, lifting knees, inhale, arms open, exhale, opposite arms cross. Inhale, arms open. Exhale. Drop your hands to the side. Grab your block. From here, we're going to lift it over our head. We're going to put it between our palms. Really working on rolling our shoulders down and away and drawing our arms straight. Energetically pressing on that block. So what we were doing with the block, now engaging our feet into the earth, feeling active in our legs, in our stance, arms are active, navel to spine. Inhale, gaze looks up, minor back bend. Exhale, neutral. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, neutral. Inhale one more time. Exhale, neutral. Go ahead and release the block. And coming to the top of our mat. We're going to work our way to our sun salutations. Grounding into Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands heart center, forward fold. First forward fold of the day. Let's stay here for a second. Grab opposite elbows. Take a generous bend in the knees. Let the head hang. If you want, you can bring your hands to the mat or stay with your elbows. Shake your head yes and no. Finding some movement in your cervical spine. Feeling a stretch in your hamstring. And coming to center, inhale, plant your hands on your shins, presenting your heart, finding flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat, find high plank. Holding it here, take another inhale. Navel to spine and exhale, slowly lower all the way to the mat. Inhale, release tops of the feet. Present your heart for cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips back, downward facing dog. Allowing the shoulders to open. Weight is in the L's of the fingers. Let's bend our knees a good amount, rest our belly right on those thighs. And then straighten through those legs, reaching the heels toward the back of the mat. Even if it's just energetically, keeping a generous bend in the knees as you need. If you like, you can bend one knee at a time, alternating, reaching the heel towards the mat. And coming back to center, looking forward, bending your knees and walking towards the front of the mat. Hanging here, forward fold. Inhale, present your heart. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. And exhale it down to forward fold. Inhale, present your heart. Exhale, step it back. Find your chaturanga. Lowering halfway or all the way to the mat. Cobra or upward facing dog. Meeting me in downward facing dog. Right leg lift to sky. Look forward, step it through. Frame that right foot. Drop that left knee to the mat. To our crescent lunge. Breathe here. On your next exhale, frame that right foot, tuck that left toe. Send right leg back to sky. Exhale, foot to mat, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the front of your mat. Present your heart, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Hands to heart center on the exhale. Present that heart. Plant the hands, find your chaturanga. Meeting in downward facing dog. Left leg lift to sky. Step it through, frame that left foot. Lower right knee to mat, crescent lunge. Lowering hands down, framing left foot. Send left foot back to sky, three-legged dog. Coming back, downward facing dog. And looking forward, we're going to hop, step, or float to the front of our mat. And present your heart. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, present your heart. Navel to spine. Exhale, find your chaturanga. Working with your breath, flowing at your own pace. Taking a breath here, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg to the sky. Step it through and lower that left foot to the ground at a 45-degree angle. Coming up into warrior two. On your next exhale, arriving into the pose. Right knee stacked over right ankle. Left leg is extended, gaze is over those right fingertips. And then bring your right elbow to that right thigh. Extended side angle. Gaze is at the right fingertips. A good bend in your right knee. Energetically sending that right knee to the right corner of the room. Next exhale, bring it back. Reverse your warrior. And coming back to warrior two. Straighten through that right leg. Reach it long. Crown to the ceiling. Look over those right fingertips. And come into triangle pose. Gaze is over the left fingertips to the ceiling. Left leg's extended. Here's a good place to have a block if you have one available, to have it on the inside of your right foot. Go ahead and stay there. I'm going to grab my block for modification. Coming back up to warrior two, taking a good bend in that right knee, pivoting on that left foot, and frame the right foot. Send that right foot back to three-legged dog, and coming back to downward facing dog. Arriving here, let's lift that left leg to the sky. And step it through, coming right into our warrior two here. Really reaching that left knee towards the front of the room, knee stacks over ankle, extended through that right back leg. And coming forward to extended side ankle, gaze follows those right fingertips to the ceiling. We want a good lift in that left side body. And inhale, come to center, and exhale, reverse our warrior. Inhale to center, straighten through that left leg. We don't have our block, bring our block on the inside of that left foot, straightening through that left leg. Gaze over those left fingertips. Reach forward as we start to come down into triangle. Gazes over your right fingertips. And breathing here. Sending that right hip back. Strengthening through the left leg. Presenting our heart. Bending through that left knee. Coming back up to warrior two. And framing our foot. Left foot comes back. Downward facing dog. Bend our knees a good amount, look forward, and float to the front of our mat. Reverse swan dive. Finding our center, hands at heart center. Catching our breath here. If you need a drink of water, go ahead and take it. And if at any point in time this flow is a little bit much, please go ahead and take a child's pose. We're going to go through that flow one more time, ending with half moon pose. So if you didn't have the block ready, have a block again for this if you need it, if it's in your practice. Ready to get active. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, present your heart. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back, find your chaturanga. Meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lift to sky. Exhale, step it through. Arriving in warrior two. Ooh. Gaze softly off those right fingertips. Inhaling, and on the next exhale, come to reverse side angle. Bending through that right knee, stacking that right knee over the hip. Inhale back to warrior two, and exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale back to warrior two. Straighten through that right knee. And exhale, come forward into triangle, grabbing your block as you need. For here, we're going to bend our right knee and kind of walk forward. Bring that block a good amount out and then lift through that left leg. Planting, grounding through that right foot. Gaze can be up at the ceiling or straight ahead. Keeping your balance. Pointing through those left toes, arm reaches to the sky. And then lowering that left foot to the ground, coming back to warrior two, and pivoting, framing that foot, sending that right foot back to the sky, meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale our left leg to the sky, exhale it through, coming up for a warrior two. Really bending into that left knee. Gazes over those left fingertips. Inhaling, and on our next exhale, extended side angle. Straighten through that back leg. Keeping active in the left side body. Inhaling, and then reverse our warrior on our exhale. Really reaching that left arm over, sinking it low into that left knee. Try not to rest our hand on our knee. And then straightening it out, grabbing that block. Straightening through that left leg, reach it tall, and lean forward. We come into triangle. Gazes over those right fingertips, belly button to spine. The block can also be on the outside of the left foot. I'm wondering if it's easier for half moon pose. Remember, I'm in a practice here, so. All right, we're gonna come back up and then walk that block out in front of us. Press off. Coming into half moon pose. Straightening through that back leg. Extending through the left. Gaze is at the fingertips or straight forward. Navel to spine. Really reaching through that right leg. Reach the back of the room. And then go ahead and lower. Gracefully coming back into our warrior two. Pivoting, framing our left foot, and send that left foot back to the sky, three-legged dog. Coming back to downward facing dog. Pedal it out here, finding our breath. And bring the knees to the mat. Let's go ahead and take a child's pose. Knees as wide as the mat. Extend your hips back, walk your arms out and away, open your shoulders and bring your third eye to the mat. Give yourself a few minutes here to ground into your breath. Coming back to center of your practice. And when we're ready, we're going to come into a high plank position. Shoulders stacked over hands. Navel to spine, bending our elbows, hugging our ribs as we lower all the way down to the mat. We want to walk our feet about shoulder distance apart, really feeling the top of our thighs, our hips and our pelvis onto the earth. And go ahead and lower your chin to the mat. We're going to lift our legs and bring our heels towards our glutes. Go ahead and grab the outside of your feet. So keeping our chin to the mat at first. We're going to start to get active by kicking the tops of your feet into your hands. So using that strength and momentum to lift your body. Lifting the chest and the chin is led by your feet. So keep on kicking. Keeping the arms straight. Squeezing those shoulders together, engaging those glutes. Go ahead and release. Bring left ear to mat. Taking a breath here. And walking our hands onto the mat. Just resetting our thighs here. Bring our chin to the earth. Go ahead and bring your heels towards your glutes again and grab outside your feet. Same thing. Squeezing through those elbows, activating our glutes. Really kick into those hands. Kick, kick, kick. Engaging your lower belly. Finding your breath. Kicking even higher. And release all the way, right ear to mat. And then pressing ourselves up, we're going to swing our knees underneath. Come to a seated pose. From here, let's go ahead and remove some flesh from our sits bones. If you want, you can grab the block here if you have it and lay it underneath your right foot, maybe the tall level. Otherwise, without the block, a little bit more engagement. We're going to lift that left leg and reach left foot or left fingers to left toe, right toes. Right foot is lifted, left hand. Gaze is back behind. Breathing. And on your next exhale, untwisting, changing the block to that left leg if you like. Inhale and exhale, left foot, right fingers to left foot. You can even grab those toes with your peace fingers. Flexing both feet, gazes over those left fingers. Inhaling, and on your next exhale, release. And walking our knees towards our chest. Reaching our arms, opening our heart. Go ahead and pull the navel to spine and roll down. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Tucking your chin. Head is the last thing to come to the mat. Grabbing your block. We're going to come into a bridge position. Knees are hips distance apart on the earth. Walk your hips or your heels right towards your glutes here. And one variation, you can put the block in between your legs and really squeeze. Plant hands face down. And as we're squeezing that block and glutes, Lift the glutes to the sky, sending those hips to the sky, squeezing through that block. If you want a little bit more, clasp the hands underneath us and walk onto the shoulder blades. That'll help us really find a nice arch in the back and send that navel to the sky. And if you want a little bit more of a restorative pose, go ahead and stay lifted if you like where you're at. But if we want more restorative, we're going to take the block and slide it underneath that sacrum, open palms to ceiling. And take a few moments here. Also, you can stay in the more active variation and then come in here when you're ready. Making your practice, you know, what it is for you, what you're needing for the day. If you're needing more energy, or if you're ready to wind down. Really releasing those shoulders into the earth. And tuning into your breath. And if you don't have your block and you want to be resting, you can go ahead and just have your bum on the ground. And releasing that block, lowering to the earth, and hug your knees into your chest, one leg at a time. Roll out that lower spine. Rock side to side. Massage your sacrum. Massaging your tailbone. Acknowledging any sensations that you feel in your body. And extending your legs out away from you. Reach your arms overhead. Take a good morning stretch, point your toes, reach your fingers. And then bring your arms to the earth, palms down or palms up to you. Let your knees fall open, melt into the earth. Closing off the eyes and settling in for Savasana. Gently paying attention to our breath, scanning our face, noticing any tightness, releasing our jaw, releasing our shoulders and our elbows, our wrists and our fingertips, releasing our chest and our navel, our hips and our pelvis, down to our knees, our shins, our ankles, our heels, our toes, tops of feet. Let it all release into the earth as you take the next few moments to just be. awareness back into your body. Maybe taking some gentle movements. Feeling yourself start to awake, become present in your body and in this moment. And when you feel ready, but taking your time, hug your knees into your chest and roll onto one side in your fetal position. And if you like to keep your eyes closed or a gentle gaze off the tip of your nose as you work your way into a seated position, joining me. Resting your hands either palms up or palms down onto your knees. We're going to finish the class with a few breaths. We're going to be inhaling through the nose at the count of 3, taking a pause and exhale through the mouth at the count of 4. Inhaling, exhaling. Two more like that. Inhaling through the nose. Pausing. Exhale. Last one on your own. Thank you everyone for showing up today and participating in my Good Vibes Hurricane Flow. I'm hoping this will keep me at peace, my own practice will keep me at peace through these times, and also that you enjoyed the flow that I was inspired to create. Thank you so much for showing up today for yourself. Have a good rest of your day. Namaste.